This video breaks down Sudan's devastating conflict, who's fighting, why the war erupted, and how Hemedti became one of the most powerful and controversial figures in the country. For more clear, accessible explainers, subscribe to Explained Simply and turn on notifications. Sudan is trapped in a war between two powerful forces: the Sudanese Armed Forces, known as the SAF, and the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF. Understanding this conflict requires tracing not only the current fighting, but the long rise of one man, Mohammed Hamdan Hemedti Dagalo. The SAF is Sudan's official army, led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. It controls conventional bases, air assets, and much of the state's remaining bureaucracy. Opposing them is the RSF, a paramilitary force commanded by Hemedti. The RSF grew out of the Janjaweed militias that operated in Darfur during the 2000s, but today it functions as a highly mobile, independently funded army with its own command structure and economic network. To understand how these two forces became enemies, we go back to 2019. After decades of rule, Omar al-Bashir was removed from power. Sudan began a transitional process intended to shift the country toward democracy. But the military and paramilitary factions did not fully give up their influence. The SAF and RSF joined a transitional council, but each continued expanding its power behind the scenes. The flashpoint emerged during negotiations over security sector reform. The civilian-led transition demanded that all armed forces be unified into a single army. The SAF pushed for rapid integration under its command. The RSF, led by Hemedti, insisted on a slower process that preserved its autonomy and its leverage. Tensions grew. Trust collapsed. On April 15, 2023, full-scale war erupted in Khartoum and quickly spread nationwide. To understand the RSF's strength, we need to understand Hemedti's rise. Born into a Rizagat camel-herding family in Darfur, Hemedti became a Janjaweed commander during the Darfur conflict. In the 2010s, he consolidated power through the creation of the Rapid Support Forces. He built a financial empire through gold mining, especially the lucrative Jebel Amir mines, run largely through his family-owned conglomerate. These operations generated enormous revenue, enabling him to equip and pay his forces independently of the state. By 2019, Hemedti had gone from militia leader to national figure. He helped remove Bashir, joined the ruling council, and built regional ties by deploying RSF units to Yemen under the Saudi-UAE coalition. This elevated his political profile and gave the RSF new funding streams, equipment, and experience. But co-rule with the army was unstable. By 2021, tensions escalated as both sides maneuvered for control of Sudan's political future. The 2021 military coup, carried out jointly by Burhan and Hemedti, temporarily aligned them. But the unresolved issue of integrating the RSF into the army became the fault line that eventually broke the alliance. Once the war began, the country collapsed. Urban neighborhoods in Khartoum became battlegrounds. Hospitals and markets shut down. Civilians fled or became trapped by fighting, airstrikes, checkpoints, and looting. The humanitarian crisis grew rapidly, with millions displaced and food scarcity worsening. In Darfur, the conflict took on an even deadlier dimension. RSF units and allied militias carried out mass killings and targeted violence in West Darfur. In late 2025, the fall of El Fasher marked one of the war's most devastating chapters, with widespread reports of atrocities during and after the city's takeover. This cemented RSF dominance across much of western Sudan while deepening accusations of ethnic cleansing and war crimes. External actors further complicate the conflict. The SAF has received foreign drone support, boosting its capabilities in key battles around the capital. The RSF has benefited from regional logistics routes, financial partners, and its long-standing gold economy. Mediation efforts by regional and international powers have repeatedly failed, resulting in a prolonged, grinding war with no clear path to peace. Today, Sudan's conflict is not only a battle between two armed groups. It is a struggle powered by money, regional alliances, historical grievances, and competing visions of the state. At the center of it is Hemedti, a figure whose rise from local militia commander to national power broker reshaped Sudan's political landscape and helped set the stage for the war that now threatens to tear the country apart. If you want more clear, accessible breakdowns of global events, subscribe to Explain Simply and turn on notifications to stay informed.